guys remember that song, there's some hoes in this house, if you see them, point them out? I wasn't old enough to get into clubs like when that song was popular, but I wish I would have been. Because how sick would it be to just run around pointing at hoes? That'd be like the shit, you know what I mean? That bitch over there, her, she's fat, she'll fuck anyone, like that type of shit. That'd be the greatest. I wish there were more songs that told you to do what you secretly wanted to anyway. There's an amputee in this store. If you see him, stare at him. Making fun of cripples is my fastball. You understand that? I don't have a fucking curve. I kick over a cripple and then we fucking dance around and shit, and then everyone, I think, that's how we have a good show. Well, it's good to be here. I was in this bodega the other day, and there's this woman next to me, she's like, she's on her phone, this signifies, she's like, if there are rats in that building, guess who ain't coming into work? Me. It was that long of a pause. Who the fuck did that other person guess? A mongoose? Red hating Steve. It's late. It is pretty late, isn't it? This is like the kind of theater you used to be able to jack off in. You probably still could, honestly. I can't see. It'd be a great honor for me. Someone's jacking off to my set. Just fucking don't tell me about send me an email later on. I don't. You're gonna tell me now. I was jacking off the whole time. That thing about the retards, it was great. I didn't even say anything about the retards. The thing about the retards is this. I was at this like hipster coffee shop today in Bushwick, and there was this guy like coloring in a coloring book, and I was like, these fucking hipsters, when are they gonna grow up? You know, I was so mad. Like, they played kickball and shit. I got so mad, and then I looked at the guy and he was fucking retarded, and I felt bad. Like, I was judging this retarded guy, and he's doing pretty good for himself. He got a fucking coloring book and found a coffee shop. They gave him free water and shit. But then the thing is, I realized if you let a retarded guy dress himself, he looks a lot like a hipster. He had on like a fucking weird Jamaican beanie and like camouflage shorts and sandals and shit. Like, he could have gotten laid if he was like, I don't know, in certain parts of Bushwick, this guy would have been getting all the pussy. I was jealous of him. I was trying to be friends with the guy. I invited him here. He said he had better shit to do. He's going to a show, I don't know, somewhere. I gotta think of this shit. Fuck. I got a life too, you know. I was thinking about this. You know, we try to be like liberal and shit. I do have one problem with gay people though, and that's if you're gay and you don't go to glory holes, you're a piece of shit. If there were glory holes for straight guys, I wouldn't even have a cell phone. You want to get a hold of me? You know where I'll be. There's got to be a Yelp for glory holes, though. But if ever there was something that needed to be reviewed before you went to it, that is it. Don't come to this one, it's got a dog in it. Dogs give terrible blowjobs. Even Labradors, and they're good at everything. That's like Air Bud 15. Glory hole, Bud. You know, the internet's kind of messed up. Like, if you Google the most innocent shit, you still wind up finding out shit you didn't want to know. Like, one time, I Googled Casper the Friendly Ghost, and the first thing that came up was like this article, like, how did Casper become a ghost? Did his mom kill him? Did he freeze to death? And, like, what it turns out is that whenever Casper was invented, they didn't come with a backstory. And all these parents were like, how the fuck did this guy become a ghost? And the story they made up is that his parents were ghosts, so he was born a ghost. That's what they told kids to make them feel better. Don't worry, sweetheart, Casper's always been dead. And ghosts are multiplying. Like the internet, even like shit that's not that, even if it's not that messed up, you're just so used to seeing fucked up stories that you assume it is. Like, I saw this thing about, it was like, the 10 saddest kids movies of all time. Which, that's kind of weird anyway. But it was at the bottom of my screen, all I could see is the 10 saddest kids. I thought that was the story. Number 1, Scotty Jorgensen. He calls his bone disease dad. He knows it won't abandon him. There's no cure. Gotta go.